This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Like that. Raiders have cut Jeremy Hill after signing him 2 days ago. Raiders had to cut their second-round pick, P.J. Hall, a couple days ago. Now the former Cincinnati Bengal signed with the Raiders earlier in the week. He was released, according to Raiders Wire and Vic Tafer from The Athletic. And he was signed because the team, by the way, was down a running back after Devontae Booker tested positive for COVID-19. Tuesday, Booker was cleared and returned to the active roster, so he was let go. So Jeremy Hill out of football once again. Seahawks, by the way, are showing interest in Clay Matthews and Everson Griffin, which means they are looking for somebody at a lower price than Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney is a guy that's been looking for around that $17, $18 million range. Seahawks obviously won't have to pay nearly as much for guys like that. So it looks like they're looking to spend a little less or drive down the price for Jadeveon, who I believe is still available if I'm correct. So we've got some of those issues going on in football to talk a little bit about. So Clay Matthews, man. Guy was a hell of a player for a while. And eventually you run out of gas and you wear down. And this wasn't a large man, but he played. Look, while I'm a Clay Matthews fan, I don't have any physical proof, although I think he did get busted once for some kind of enhanced type of deal. I've always felt that Clay was one of those guys that cut a couple corners, and listen, to his credit, he wasn't really caught on it, and he's pretty much performed at a really high level for a long time for the Packers. But eventually your body wears out, and I think that's the stage that he's at right now. Still can be effective as a rotational guy, but he hasn't been that franchise-type player in a few years now. But Seahawks, again, looking for a little bit of pass rush. They were in the same neighborhood with Jadeveon for a while, and after kicking the tires on that, I guess they're now moving on somewhere else. Or, again, like I told you, as time runs out, does Jadeveon Clowney then sign with somebody else or sign with Seattle for less than even what he was now settling for? Because remember, when Miami offered him 17, he wanted more. So Miami read it right, and that's one thing I got to give credit to this front office, man. They are reading these kind of things right more often than not. And that's one thing that, has really changed for the Dolphins. Third-round pick. How about this one? Chiefs' third-round pick, offensive tackle Lucas Niang, opts out of the 2020 season. That's one of their draft picks. Rookie offensive lineman, third-round selection. Has elected to opt out of the upcoming season. A source familiar with the situation confirmed Thursday with the Star. Niang, who provided the versatility to play tackle and guard, becomes the third Chief player to opt out during the COVID-19 pandemic. He joins Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, who was the first player in the league to opt out, and Damian Williams. So now you lose one of your more important running backs, obviously your rushing leader actually last year, and you lose two guys on the line in Laurent and Lucas. Wow. That's those are some losses right there for KC. That's the question is, how many are teams going to lose, and how much does that change who they are? Like the Patriots have lost a lot, and that's definitely going to affect them this year. They already had a huge defection in free agency. Now they've had a huge defection because of COVID. That's a lot too. I thought they were a 500 team. Now I'm looking at that's if there's a season, which I don't think there'll be a whole season. But I think the Patriots are going to be like a 6-win team. at best. I don't expect them to win much more than that because I don't think they're that good. I think Tom Brady kind of kept that thing afloat over the last couple of years. And I as much as I know you look at him and you say, well, he might have lost a little mustard on that fastball. Maybe he's even slower now, you might say. All those kind of things. You might say he might lost a little bit, but he was still more than good enough to go out there and play at an incredible level, accurate as hell overall. I think this is a guy that it's funny to say that he produced 6 titles with that team, but maybe he didn't get enough credit on the offensive side of the ball for keeping everything together like he always did. You know what I mean? So that'll be interesting now to see this whole development of where the Patriots go and where the Bucs go with Brady. I mean, that is definitely one of the top storylines here. And with all these defections, and Tampa is working on creating their own bubble, sounds to me like the guy they just inherited, is creating an environment, a winning environment, and getting his team to buy in. And why? Because when you have Tom Brady, you feel like you got a shot. And in New England, they clearly don't feel like they have a shot because that's why people are opting out.